Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we are starting issue number 5 on the DeAgostini R2-D2 build. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the magazine. Alright guys, so right here you can see we've got the magazine. Oh, and this is cool, so it actually shows you the real life R2-D2 with the head off, them getting it all prepped up. Oh, and this is different. We've actually got the medical droid in this issue, which they're kind of explaining. It would be cool if they did one of the pit droids. Alright guys, so right here you can see we've got the head bearing and frame components. So this is what we're going to be working with. And right here is going to be the first set of the instructions. Now I actually did have a few people reach out, and you can see all my comments. This was actually suggested. This is a pill bottle. Now, well, not a bottle, but pill storage. So this is actually going to be helpful because, as you guys can see, in this kit here, there's actually a lot of screws. So because of the fact that we're not going to be using all those screws in this issue, and I know this is how it's going to be, we're actually going to separate them in this so that way they don't get lost. And I think I'm actually going to get one of these for every kit because we always have bulk left over and we don't want to lose any screws. So we've got the container here for them. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open because I know we're going to start filling that up immediately. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and put the magazine to the side. Now you guys can see right here, we've got issue number 5 in the bag. So again, we're not on the cardboard boxes anymore, it seems. Just be careful with these staples. Okay, and just like that, here we have one piece of the frame. This is a plastic piece. We have our instruction manual thing for God knows what. This here, which is the bearing, is metal. This here, which holds the bearing in, is metal. The screws are obviously metal along with the nuts. And this piece here, I'm very pleased to say, is metal. I was actually skeptical and thought that this was going to be plastic. It looked plastic and it felt plastic being inside of the plastic wrap. But this is a nice die-cast metal, so that's awesome. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually start by putting things away. Okay, so now that we've got everything separated inside of here, definitely will think I will need another one because we only have 2 slots available. So now we're going to set this to the side. We're going to open these up. Get this out of the way. There's one part. Oh god. I need to like invest in a pair of like scissors for this. Here's the bearing. And here's the one piece of the head. So again, this is plastic. Don't care for that. Wish the entire thing was metal, honestly. But you know, that's not something that's feasible. So this is so far, well actually yeah, for this portion, for this issue, this is the only piece of plastic. So the less plastic the better. Starting on this, we are actually going to be taking our metal piece here, which is actually going to be up at the top, and we are going to face it this way up, and we're going to insert the bearing. I don't think there's any particular way. So we're just going to go ahead and set this in just like so, and then following that is going to be taking this. Now one thing, whenever it comes to washers or anything going on a car or anything at all, you'll always notice that there's a shiny side and then there's kind of a brushed side. So what I always do is I always put the brush side inward and keep the shiny side out. So that's what we're going to do with this. We're going to put the brush side down just like so and keep the shiny portion out. Not that you're going to see it anyway, but that's just kind of how I operate. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking 2 of the smaller silver screws. So again, luckily these are separated. So here's 1 small silver screw here. So we're going to go ahead and insert this right here into the metal. And I gotta say that's like totally easy. Now as far as putting the screws in the plastic, Adam Tereska actually commented and left a very good comment mentioning that I should get a model builder's oil. There is actually like oil that you can put on the screws which will make them go in a lot smoother. So I think I will actually take him up on his idea. So thank you very much, Adam Tereska, for mentioning to do that. Then actually, now that this is done, so we've got that covered in, I do want to actually go on my phone, and I want to be specific. If I'm going to give shout outs, then I also want to give a shout out to Robert Gripton. Hopefully I said that correctly. That is actually the viewer that had made the mention of using something like this. So shout out to Robert as well. So thank you very much for your input. So guys, again, if anything, if you see any flaws or you see any way to make these videos better in terms of this build, please leave your comment down below and I will be sure to credit you with the information. Okay, so now we are on to the other side here where we're going to be taking this and we're actually going to flip this around this way, and with the circular part we're going to line up, as you can see right here, there are 2 arrows which are indicated here. So we're going to have that lined up. Then it is showing that we are actually going to take one, well that's not even going to stay like that. We're going to take one of these nuts and I'm just going to take it off and do it this way, and we're going to put the nut right there. After that, it is saying that we're going to take one of the longer silver screws. So it's actually kind of funny, they gave us 2 sets of and there's the local train, 2 sets of the black screws, and we're not even using the black screws for this issue. I don't know why DeAgostini does that. I'm really not a fan of how they do that. I wish the correct amount of screws would come with each issue, because now we have to leave them sit, and I don't care for that. But here we go, tightening it up. It's just like that. You can see it does peek out. I don't like that. I'm not going to ask any questions. That's what it says to do, so we're going to leave it alone. So now we are going to take another nut here. That train is literally like vibrating my house right now. It's kind of weird. It doesn't typically do that, but like my windows and everything are like rattling. It's nice living next to a train, but this is some consequences for that. I live next to trains and bears. Okay, so these are both nice and snug. Definitely happy with that outcome, and that would actually complete issue number 5. This is what we are left over with. So we actually didn't even touch any of the parts that we used in the prior issue. Everything was all brand spanking new, but everything that came in this issue aside from the screws was actually permanently affixed, so that's nice. Now coming in issue number 6, we're going to be working with some lighting and wiring, so it doesn't look like we're going to be coming back to this until probably series 7, and I don't know when we're coming back to that yet, and that's still not even fully attached. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Again, please leave me a comment down below and any suggestions if I feel any of them are actually very good and something that I'm going to actually improve on, then, you know, we'll give you guys a shout out and then, you know, much appreciation for doing that. So anyway, till the next build, I'll see you guys next Friday at 6 p.m.
The apocalypse.